Hey, Gordon did a great job last inning getting out of that inning and only allowing the 1 run.
The pitcher, Steve Cook, bats. Bunts at it and misses. 1 strike the count. One, of course, charging in from first, and Tim Naring from third. We're in a National League park, and the pitcher hits in this one. Oh, and 2 the count. As a matter of fact, Tom Gordon in this ballpark last year had a couple of base hits for the Red Sox.
Took some batting practice this afternoon, and like most of the Red Sox pitchers are doing this year, taking some batting practice. They've worked on base running. Certainly they're bunting. Because with interleague play, the 15 games this year, they'll have to do that. Well, not all 15, I guess, right?
Yeah, just the ones in the National League Park. Brown takes off at first base. Pitch gets away from Hatteberg. It'll be a stolen base for Emil Brown.
Well, the pitcher couldn't get the job done with the bunt, so with no balls and 2 strikes, you figure Gordon's going to waste one. He does. He bounces it, and an easy stolen base for Brown, his 2nd of the spring. But they still get the man in the scoring position.
Squaring to bunt again, trying to move him over to third, but the curveball is down and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Emil Brown at second base. Nobody out for the Pirates. They've got a 1-0 lead in this one here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Second of 4 meetings between Boston and Pittsburgh. They've got a home-and-home battle next week. Fouled at the plate on the 3rd strike, so that'll be a strikeout for Tom Gordon, his 2nd.
Well, it wasn't a total disaster for Cook. He did not get a bunt down in his 3 opportunities, but they did get the man to second base on the stolen base.
Top of the order, Midre Cummings, who singled to right to open the ball game for the Pirates. Cummings was safe at second on John Valentin's error when Valentin dropped the flip from Nomar Garcia-Parra and then finally scored on the ground ball out off the bat of Dale Swain. Cummings 385 on the spring coming into play today. Making a bid for an outfield spot on this roster. Takes a called strike. Opening day for Pittsburgh comes Tuesday, April the 1st at San Francisco against the Giants.
I guess they consider San Francisco a warm weather climate, huh?
Apparently. Cummings pulls it right side. Valentin Devon as Brown moves to third base.
I don't think it ever gets warm at 3 Com Park. Even in the middle of summer, July, you can get some very cold temperatures at that ballpark. Routine ground ball for John Valentin. That will not be the problem. It's all the other things involved in playing second base, double play, the cutoffs and relays, bunt coverage.
Joe Randa as it goes right through Hatteberg and not far enough away to enable Brown to score. Hatteberg did a nice job to get back on it in a hurry, and Gordon scampered to cover the plate.
And because of that, because of the hustle by Hatteberg, Brown was about halfway down the third base line, but of course with the play in front of him, he could put the brakes on and get back to third base.
One ball, no strikes on Joe Randa, safe on a fielder's choice back in the first inning. Trying to pick Emil Brown up from third. Fastball missing down low. 2 balls, no strikes. Under to short. Nomar Garcia-Parra with the play over to Mo Vaughn, and that retires the side. So for Pittsburgh in the second inning, no runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We played 2 here in Bradenton. Pirates 1, the Red Sox no score.
Sox trail the Pirates 1-0 after 2 innings. They'll take a seat in the front row tonight as Debbie Robleski sits down for a talk with new Red Sox pitching coach Joe Kerrigan. Then Kristen Mastriani takes a look at 2 former Maine Black Bear goalies now stopping pucks in the NHL. Flyers Garth Snow and Mike Dunham of the Devils. Turn back the clock to 1972 to check in on the Big Bad Bees on their way to the Stanley Cup. That's all in the, not the club, the cup. That's all in the front row tonight at 6 o'clock. Stanley Cup. It's Joe Kerrigan, who will be sitting down with Debbie Robleski in the front row tonight. We got front row personnel all over the place down here in Florida. We've got it covered.
It's a new record. 127 interviews yesterday between Debbie Robleski and Christian Mastriani, who are down here. That beat our previous record, Jerry, by 125. Jesus Tavares leads off here in the 3rd inning. Rolled towards third base. Joe Randa makes the play in the dirt and not in time. Tavares with good speed.
It's a heck of a play there by Joe Randa at third base. Almost got a very speedy Tavares at first. Goes from the glove to the throwing hand. The off-balance throw. It's going to bounce, but a nice pick by Young at first base. But there's too much speed for Tavares.
Batter is the pitcher, Tom Gordon.
Ouch.
Foul back. Caught Kendall. And I know I'm in the minority up here in the broadcast booth, but I do like seeing the pitchers bat.
I know you do, Bob. You will mention that every time we're here at McKechnie Field.
I like pitchers batting because of, you know, I think it cuts down on them throwing at hitters, for one thing. I think the game moves quicker. You eliminate some of the one-dimensional players that baseball has developed because of the designated hitter rule. Gordon putting the bunt to foul territory.
See, I find nothing exciting about this, and I kind of look at pitchers now, especially there are not that many great pitchers left in the game of baseball. You got to treat them like quarterbacks in football. They don't play defense in football, and I don't think pitchers should have to hit in baseball.
Because you're worried about them getting hurt?
Yeah, that's one thing. Let them concentrate on pitching. That's just my opinion, but that's I'm sure because I grew up with the DH.
I grew up with this, spent most of my time in the American League, but I do think it adds a dimension to the game. If Gordon can come through here, I mentioned Gordon had a couple of base hits against the Pirates here last year. Matter of fact, he was still talking about it before the ball game. We were kidding him as he came in the dugout. Jim Rice was pointing that out to us pregame, that Gordon had a couple of knocks here last year.
That was exciting, wasn't it, Bob?
An out is recorded as Gordon heads back to the dugout. So both pitchers fouling off a bunt attempt for a 3rd strike.
Probably you just could have said, look, I'll take the out and then not even bother trying to bunt. Tom Gordon bunting right through the fastball. For both pitchers in this game having a difficult time getting it down. Not bad fundamentals. He could probably crouch down just a little bit lower, but hey, it's going to take some time, you know.
So 1 gone here in the 3rd inning. Top of the order we go, and Nomar Garcia-Parra. Big swing by Garcia-Parra. 1 strike to count.
See, I'd rather see that kind of swing there than what we just watched from Tom Gordon. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I enjoy bunting. I think it's a guy that can sacrifice a drag bunt for base hits. I find that very exciting. But
you just don't like watching pitchers bat.
That last out didn't do much for me.
So off line drive to second base. Swaim makes the play for the 2nd out of the inning. It does change the game a lot, though. I mean, you think from the pitcher's point of view, I'm looking at the guy in the mound, Steve Cook. I mean, you get an extra out in the lineup, theoretically. You face 8 hitters and a pitcher, as opposed to the American League, which you have 9 regular hitters in the lineup.
Well, that's why you'll see year in and year out the National League with much lower ERA throughout the league than the American League. That Obviously has something to do with the DH. Also some of the ballparks in the National League much bigger than the ones in the American League.
I mean, in theory, from a National League pitcher's point of view, every third inning you at least have what is pretty much an automatic out built into the lineup.
You know, for me, I would prefer to see Jose Canseco come to the plate 4 or 5 times a game, or an Eddie Murray, even though he's an aging player. I'd prefer to see that than what we just watched a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but you know, my problem with the designated hitter, I don't mind so much the aging star being the DH. I do mind the guy who is basically groomed from the time he's 20 to do nothing but hit and never has to play in the field. That one will skip past off of Kendall. Moving down to second base on the play will be Jesus Tavares. That'll be a wild pitch charged to Cook.
Well, it's kind of worked out for both teams. Even though the pitcher didn't get the bunt down, both teams have found a guy in scoring position. Stolen base for the Pirates, and then that wild pitch there allowing Tavares to get into scoring position. And one of the hottest Red Sox hitters at the plate.
Chris Donalds, right?
Yeah, Chris Donalds.
Tim Naring wearing borrowing Donald's jersey number 10 for this one. Naring had a double, a bloop double to center field back in the first inning. Foul back our way. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day, and the annual affair will be pit the Red Sox against the Baltimore Orioles. 1 o'clock, City of Palms Park. The Sox will be decked out in the green hats with the green bases. The Orioles making a swing through Southwest Florida. They're playing the Twins today. We'll stay over, play the Red Sox tomorrow as Naring down on strikes to end the top half of the third. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We've played 2.5 here in Bradenton. Pirates 1, Red Sox nothing.
The middle part of the Pittsburgh batting order, they lead the ball game 1-0. I don't see many people on that teacup ride right now. Kids opening day is April 13th when the Red Sox host Seattle. The first 15,000 fans 15 and under to enter Fenway receive a souvenir batting helmet, compliments of Fenway Franks. For tickets, call 617-267-1700. For groups of 40 plus, call 617-262-1915.
Well, the faces in the crowd here this afternoon at McKechnie Field in Bradenton, spring training home of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Red Sox fans have made the trek up from Fort Myers. 4 Red Sox fans vacationing in the Bradenton area.
Now, Red Sox always have a large number of fans here at this ballpark every single season.
Al Martin leads it off. Dale Swaim and Kevin Elster to follow. You notice one familiar face was not at the ball game today. That's Dick Vitale, who is otherwise occupied this time of year, but usually when the Red Sox are here, Vitale joins them. Drive out to right center field. Long drive for Bragg. Bragg sliding, has it go off of him. And Martin rounds second and will put on the brakes. That one was held up by the wind as it was headed towards that wall out in right center field.
Couldn't tell if Darren Bragg just slipped or lost the ball. He did not flip his sunglasses down, as you can see. But it looked like he was going to catch up to that fairly easily. The wind again knocking it down. And let's see if Bragg just loses his balance. Looks like he's looking for help right at the last minute and can't make the catch. I thought that ball was gone by when it left the bat.
Is knocked down by the wind. Martin has to settle for half a homer, a 2-bagger. He's at second now, leading off the Pirate third. Dale Swaim playing second base this afternoon for Pittsburgh. Pops out of the glove of Hatteberg. Martin goes for third. And will take advantage there of miscue by the Red Sox with some alert base running.
I'm going to tell you something, too. Hatteberg almost got away, I think did get away with knocking that ball down with his mask, and he can't do that. Good aggressive base running by Martin. As soon as that ball bounced out of the glove, he was on his way to third base. So let's see if Hatteberg tries to recover this ball with his mask and not the glove. Ball bouncing away. There's the mask coming off, and yeah, he did. And I'll tell you what, that run should score. Can't do that.
One ball. Pirates had a game decided on that a year ago. Can't remember what the situation was, but the catcher did use the mask to scoop up the ball.
If I'm not mistaken, I'm going to have to go to the rule book, but I think there's something about either 3 bases on something like that.
2 balls, no strikes, the count on Swaim. I think the Pirates had a game decided out in Los Angeles on that rule, which Jerry is checking right now.
It's going to take me a while, Bob.
Look for the answer along about the 5th inning. Runner at third, nobody out. 3-0 pitch is grounded foul down the first baseline. One run, 3 hits for Pittsburgh. No runs, 2 hits for the Red Sox. Sox now moving the infield in halfway. Gordon's 3-1 pitch is wide for ball 4, so Swaim draws a free pass. That's the 3rd walk issued by Gordon this afternoon, and the Pirates have runners at first and third with nobody out.
Yeah, no walks in his first outing, 2 his second game, nothing in the 3rd outing against Texas, and now, as you mentioned, Bob, 3 here this afternoon.
Already 43 pitches thrown in this ball game by Tom Gordon. Down and away, 1-0 the count on Elster, who walked back in the first inning. Missed away, 2-0 the count. Martin doubled to right center to open the inning, moved to third on the pass ball. Swaim followed with a walk, first and third, nobody out. 2 balls, no strikes on the hitter, Kevin Elster. Fly ball left field. Jesus Tavares moves in a step, makes the catch. Martin tags at third. He will score without drawing a throw as the throw goes into second base. Sacrifice fly by Elster gets the job done. Al Martin scores, and it's 2-0 now Pittsburgh.
Nicely done by Kevin Elster. You hit that man on third base in less than 2 outs. That's how he hit some of those 99 RBI a year ago. Sacrifice fly. Tavares heads up by getting that ball back in a second because the runner at first, Swaim, was tagging up.
Swaim at first, now 1 out with a run in. Jason Kendall, the catcher, is the batter. Kendall tried to drop a bunt down the third baseline and fouled it off. Tried to catch Naring back at third. 1 strike the count. Kendall got jammed by Gordon back in the first inning, was out on a soft line drive back out to the pitcher. One ball, 1 strike, now the count.
I think I found it, Bob. Rule 705. 2 bases if the fielder delivery touches a ball with his cap, mask, or any part of his uniform detached from its proper place on his person. The ball is in play. That says a thrown ball, and that was a pitch, so I have to keep digging in here.
Back at first base is Dale Swaim. One from Gordon. Ground ball to Valentin at second. Flips to Garcia Parra for 1. Back to Bo Vaughn. And they complete the first double play. Valentin starting it with a flip there to Garcia Parra. That one was really pretty much tailor-made. 1 run in the inning on 1 hit. Nobody left. Pirates with a 2-0 lead after 3.
New combination, and Valentin and Garcia-Parra, and if they're all like this, they'll be very happy. Second baseman loves to be going toward that bag at second because you make the play, just a nice little easy flip. Get it up about chest high, right at the letters for Garcia-Parra. He has time to get the runner down and complete the DP.
It's that old baseball adage, the second baseman that starts the double play to end the inning leads off the next. Might be paraphrased a bit, but here's Valentin leading off in the top of the 4th. Mo Vaughn, Scott Hatteberg to follow. John is 0 for 1 so far. 2 balls, no strikes. Valentin this spring hitting a .333 clip coming into play today. Hops this one toward short. Kevin Elster, a room service hop. 1 out.
Well, Cook continues to do excellent work for the Pirates this spring, and it's nice to see too, after a guy battling for a couple of years with injuries. He's shooting for a spot on the pitching staff and in the starting rotation, and been very good.
One out. Here's Mo Vaughn. In for a strike. Swing and a miss. Fooled by that offering of Cook, and Vaughn is down 0-2.
Last couple of games we've had with Mo, he is obviously not picking up the ball well right now, consistently. Was jammed the first time up by Cook. A wild swing there on a breaking ball.
And Cook puts him away easily. 3rd strikeout of the afternoon for Steve Cook.
Once again, another breaking ball that is not in the strike zone, and right now Mo Vaughn is having a struggle at the plate. Big slow curveball. You get ahead, you don't have to throw strikes, and you can see how he has Vaughn way out on the front foot. Not much power left there, even if you make contact.
Two quick outs in the Red Sox half the 4th. Here's Scott Hatteberg. Fastball missing. 1 ball, no strikes on Hatteberg.
By the way, the official word on that ruling, it should be 2 bases. So the Red Sox are fortunate the umpire did not make that call on Hatteberg, or that'd have been another run.
Oh, what the run did score anyway because the sacrifice fly, right?
So there is justice, see?
Yeah. All evened out. Two balls and a strike. And now 3-1 the count. Orioles tomorrow on tap for the Red Sox at 1 o'clock. The White Sox on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, the Red Sox hit the road to play the Texas Rangers at Port Charlotte. Our advance Baltimore travel roster does not include Cal Ripken for the ball game tomorrow, and Robbie Alomar has been hobbled by a bad ankle this spring. He has started workouts, but he is not playing games of yet, so we will not see Robbie Alomar either. Ball yard, which in this case is McKechnie Field in Bradenton, Florida, spring training home of the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Bucks ready to bat here, bottom half of the 4th inning, but let's check now our game summary in this one. Pittsburgh with a 2-0 lead. Kevin Elster knocking in the first run. Actually, the second run he knocked in with a sacrifice fly this 3rd inning, getting Al Martin home from third base. Martin had doubled to open the inning. Martin has a double and has scored a run in this one. Tom Gordon has thrown a lot of pitches, working 3 innings so far, giving up 2 runs on 3 hits, has struck out 2 and walked 3. Pirates got a run in the 1st inning and 1 more in the 3rd. Mentioned Gordon has thrown a lot of pitches, 49 by our count now, as the Pirates come to bat here in the 4th inning.
Yeah, it's probably going to be the last inning for Gordon. It's starting to get some action down in that Red Sox bullpen now.
Kevin Young
unless he has one of those very easy innings.
At the bottom third of the order, Kevin Young, Emil Brown, and then Steve Cook, the pitcher, due up. Although Cook has already worked 4 innings, so we'll probably see a pinch hitter. Fly ball right field. Juan Williams going back on the warning track makes the catch, 1 out.
A different angle for Juan Williams this afternoon. Most of his work this spring has been in left field. Ball off the bat of the right-hander will be slicing away from him, and of course being knocked down by the breeze. It's again another Red Sox outfielder not dropping the sunglasses.
1 gone here in the bottom half of the 4th. Emil Brown at the plate. Hit by a pitch. Gordon coming inside, and Brown is plunked.
You know, I'm watching this, and I wonder if Emil Brown said something. Last time up, you might remember, hit the base hit the other way off the end of the bat. And we saw Gordon kind of staring him down that first base line. So I just wonder if there was something said after making contact and getting the base hit, because the first pitch next time up is right in the back.
And Gordon probably won't have to bat again in this one, but this pitcher will. Steve Cook not listed for a pinch hitter. He's going to bat for the 2nd time this afternoon.
Yeah, brace yourself, Bob. It looks like another exciting play coming up. Although big sign, could be a switch off here.
Narrowing in on the grass at third base. Vaughn holds with the runner at first. Cook looks at ball 1.
See, Vaughn has to be careful at first base. He cannot leave too early, because if he does, Brown has a type of speed that can take advantage of that and steal second base. That's why you see most of runners with a man on first go to first base, because that first baseman has to hold longer than the third baseman.
Young just trying to advance the base runner. Brown at first with 1 out here in the 4th. Ruled the ball, 2-1. Another look by the pitcher Cook down to the third base coach, Jack Lind. Two runs, 3 hits for the Pirates. No runs, 2 hits for the Red Sox. Swings away and fouls it down the right field line.
About that, huh? Switched off to the hit and run on the 2-0 count. Actually, with Brown's speed, you may just want to use the straight out steal, see if you can get him in a scoring position that way, then have the pitcher attempt to bunt him to third.
There's a base hit. How about that, Jerry?
Big deal.
I think it adds a lot. I think we're missing a lot in the American League by not having it. Brown checks in at second base, and Cook comes through with a base hit.
Well, you know, Gene Lamont probably got tired of seeing the bunt attempts by his pitcher, and instead stayed with the hit sign on the 2-1 count, and he picks up the base hit.
Well, Pirates have 2 on with 1 out here in the 4th. Pitcher comes through with a base knock. Top of the order now, and Midre Cummings. Brown at second, Cook at first. Fouled at the plate by Cummings. Cummings is 1 for 2 this afternoon. Singled to right, scored the Pirates' first run back in the first inning, and then grounded to second base in the second. Pirates, we mentioned last a year ago in the National League Central, and picked by just about everybody to be last again. And in fact, I have not seen any predictions where they have not been picked for last. Innings pops it up left field way. Jesus Tavares is there to make the catch for the second out of the inning. Most of the publications, the preseason publications, seem to be in agreement that if the Pirates can avoid a 100-loss season, Ian Lamont will have done a heck of a job in his first year as the skipper. Pirates were 73-89 last year. 2 on, 2 outs for Joe Randa. Third ball for a strike. Off the end of the bat, foul down the first baseline.
I think that little cut fastball from Tom Gordon, and I'm surprised the bat's still alive for Joe Randa. It certainly sounded like a crack bat. He made all the checks, didn't see anything wrong, and right back in the box.
Up and in on Randa, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, we have a very special guest joining us in the booth right now.
And who might this be, Jerry?
This is a Pirate. All right, Pirate.
Pirate the Parrot. Mascot of the Pittsburgh Pirates down here in Bradenton. Gordon goes to Bissett. Here is the 1-2 pitch, and he just misses outside, 2-2.
Do you like the DH, or do you prefer having the pitcher hit? You what?
Wants the pitcher to hit. You see, DH was like this.
Oh. Okay, well, your National League mascot figures.
Randa pops it up. Backing up at second base, John Valentin puts it away, and that will retire Beside. Pirate does not want a cracker, or you do want a cracker. Does not want a cracker. And that is the end of the 4th inning. We've played 4 here, 2-0 Pittsburgh. Phillips. Line drive, speared by Vaughn.
Right here.
Lewis makes a spectacular catch.
Right here.
Reaches that one, and so does Neary.
Right here.
Add another one to the highlight reel.
Right here.
Neary with a play at third base. Off road. Got him.
Right here. Right now.
4 in the books here at Bradenton, and the Red Sox trail the Pirates 2-0. Nesson hits the World Wide Web to deliver the most complete coverage of the New England sports world. Get online at www.sportcircuit.com for late-breaking news, scores, and stats, as well as live scoreboards from the Red Sox, Bruins, Patriots, and Celtic games. SportCircuit.com, your online ticket to New England sports. Bob, you know, I don't know who's writing these promos, but I guess they don't know that I've used a computer, because they actually spelled out dot for me. www.dot.sportcircuit.
I'll make sure you got it right. Well, we had the dog in the booth earlier this year against the Twins back. Remember the
Oh, yeah, right. That's right. Yeah.
back at the Hammond's. Parrot was here. Red Sox will send up Darren Bragg, Juan Williams, and Jesus Tavares here in the 5th inning. Things a little informal here in the broadcast booth in spring training. Bragg takes ball 1. Bragg grounded to second base, his only previous trip. We had the gentleman that played in the movie Jerry Maguire opposite Tom Cruise. I believe his name is Cooper Gooding. Was on hand prior to the ball game doing interviews down on the field. He played the bad agent, you recall, for those of you that have seen the movie. Not sure who the interviews were for, but they had quite a crew down there.
I think it was MTV, if I'm not mistaken.
Cuba Gooding Jr. C-U-B-A, Cuba, right?
Show me the money.
That's what everybody was yelling downstairs when he was walking around. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Inside for ball 3. And a pretty good afternoon for Steve Cook on the mound for Pittsburgh. He's given up just 2 bloop hits to the Red Sox. Aaron Bragg works him for a leadoff walk here in the 5th. Sox 2 hits, a bloop double by Naring in the 1st inning, and an infield single by Jesus Tavares in the 3rd. Cook has not walked a batter. He has struck out 4 and has picked up a base hit at the plate. He's walked his first batter, right, as Bragg takes his position at first. That's the first free ticket issued by Cook. Juan Williams, the right fielder, is the batter. One ball, no strikes on Williams, who popped to short back in the 2nd inning. Nubbed foul at the plate. That'll even things at 1-1 on Juan Williams.
Longest that Cook has gone in a game this spring for the Pirates, 3 2/3 innings. That was his last time out.
Cecil Fielder, pick up the morning paper. You saw that he rescinded his trade demand. He had until midnight last night Eastern time to rescind that demand. Otherwise he would have been a free agent, but he also would have forfeited $7.2 million in salary this year. And in 1 minute before the strike of midnight, Fielder declared he was not a free agent. Swing and a miss here by Williams. Throw through. They've got Darren Bragg trapped, and Bragg is out at first base.
Hit and run put on by Jimmy Williams. Again, tough. A lefty against a lefty. No contact by Juan Williams. When Bragg sees that he does not make contact, he tries to get back to first, but nothing doing. A nice play by Dale Swaim.
Williams could not make contact against the left-hander Cook, and Bragg was cooked on the bases. And Williams is a strikeout victim, and that's 5 for Steve Cook here this afternoon.
Yeah, strikeouts piling up from the last 3 innings. 2 in the 3rd inning, 2 in the 4th inning, and now this strikeout here, Juan Williams. Jimmy Williams trying to get anything going. He's tried to hit and run a couple of times the last few days. That hasn't worked. Bragg picked off, caught stealing, and then the strikeout. 2 quick outs.
Batter Jesus Tavares, switch hitter, hitting from the right side here against the left-hander Cook. Mentioned had an infield single his previous trip back in the 3rd. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Fielder recanted that trade demand.
I would too if I was going to make $7-point-some million this year. I think he was trying to get a extension on that contract, a longer contract from the Yankees. That obviously didn't pan out. No trade.
And so Cecil blinked. Tavares ground ball to 3rd. Randa makes the play. Young to stretch at first base in time to get Tavares, and that'll end the top half of the 5th inning for the Red Sox. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. We've played half a ball game here in Bradenton. Pirates lead the Sox 2-0. Here in Bradenton, Florida, the Pittsburgh Pirates with a 2-0 lead over the Red Sox as we move to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Look at some of the traffic outside the ballpark here. Don't forget, coming up for the Red Sox tomorrow at 1 o'clock, the Baltimore Orioles provide the opposition for the annual St. Patrick's Day battle at City of Palms Park. On Tuesday, it's the White Sox, and on Wednesday, a trip up to Port Charlotte to meet the Texas Rangers. Has some defensive changes for the Sox. Jeff Fry, who was all set to pinch hit for Gordon as the last inning came to an end, will enter the ball game, taking Tavares' place out in left field and on the mound. it'll be Vaughn Eshelman pitching for the Red Sox. So my guess is they'll make the famed National League double switch here, and Tavares' spot in the batting order will be taken by the pitcher Eshelman, and sly as they are, the Red Sox slide in Fry in the number 9 slot.
Very
so the pitcher
good, Bob.
won't have to bat.
Very good. You're right on top of all this National League stuff. Vaughn Eshelman making his 4th appearance. 7 innings worth of work, 5 hits and 2 earned runs, a couple of walks and 5 strikeouts. So Eshelman has been very effective this spring, in particular his last time out. So Eshelman he will hit in the number 8 spot and Fry 9.
Al Martin leads off for the Pirates here in the bottom half of the 5th inning and takes a called strike. Martin, Swaim, and Elster due up for the Bucks. We're trying to make it 2 straight wins over the Red Sox here this spring. Down low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Martin walked in the 1st inning, doubled and scored a run in the 3rd. Fouled back. Final line on Tom Gordon. He worked 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, 4 hits, struck out 2 and walked 3. And threw 63 pitches in this game against the Pirates this afternoon. Eshelman deals 1-2. That'll sail all the way back to the screen.
And some words by Martin out to Eshelman. Noticed earlier when Gordon hit Brown, and now Eshelman with the count 1-2 up over the head of Al Martin.
Back with the Mayor's Cup, huh? The Sox have a big battle here with Pittsburgh. 4 games this spring. Pirates won the first meeting 12-2 earlier this or last week at City of Palms. Lead in this one 2-0. Martin a little pop-up. Garcia Parra back on the outfield grass, makes the catch for the first out of the inning.
Martin took that kind of a wide route right around the pitcher's mound. Maybe said something else to Eshelman as he headed back to the dugout. Bottom line is it was 1 out.
Now Eshelman was standing right out there. Eshelman marked out towards second base. Nails Swaim, the second baseman, bats. Fastball away, 1 ball, no strikes. These Pirates and Red Sox, Jerry, just don't like each other. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Mo Vaughn at first base. Vaughn will make the play unassisted, 2 outs.
Actually, another good performance this afternoon by Tom Gordon, Bob. A little struggle in the 1st inning, but that was a lot of that because of an error by the Red Sox infield, John Valentin. But after that, settled down nicely.
Bases empty, 2 outs. Kevin Elster, the hitter. 1 ball and no strikes, the count. Elster has walked and knocked in a run with a sacrifice fly. Now, congratulations to the Providence College Friars. They're winners over Duke today in the NCAA tournament. Boston College losing a heartbreaker last night. Congratulations to BU. BU winning the Hockey East Championship with a win over New Hampshire last night at the Fleet Center. Great time of the year in sports. Baseball, spring training, March Madness, and the NCAA basketball. NCAA hockey tournament also going on. The bulk of our crew here in Florida comes from the Southern Ohio area, Cincinnati, and they're all wearing black today because the Cincinnati Bearcats went down last night. As Elster delivers this one to left center field, scooting after it, Bragg. Elster goes for 2, and he'll go in with a double. A 2-out double by Kevin Elster.
Kevin Elster finding the gap in left center field, and of course with Bragg going to his backhand, Elster makes his way easily into second base to get into scoring position. Last year for the Texas Rangers, Benji Gill going down with an injury, and Kevin Elster stepping in with 24 home runs, 99 RBI, and played very well defensively. Didn't have enough money to re-sign both Elster and Hamilton, their center fielder.
Jason Kendall looks at a called strike. 1-1 on the Pirate catcher. Elster at second base with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning. One happy face up here in the broadcast booth. Audrey, our AD, is from the state of Kentucky. They're favored, aren't they? Well, Duke, or not Duke, Kansas would actually be favored, wouldn't they? They would be the favorite in the tournament. And Kentucky's the defending champions. Okay. Kendall chops it up the middle, past Valentin into center field for a base hit. In to score comes Elster. So 2 quick outs in the inning. Elster comes through with the double, and then Kendall chops one through the middle, and the Pirates get a run. They lead it 3-0.
That was going to be a nice, easy 1-2-3 inning for Eshelman. All of a sudden, a quick run on the board. Valentin trying to knock this ball down, but couldn't quite get to it. If he knocks it down, the run does not score. Instead, it makes it way into center field, and the Pirates go up 3-0. Providence College beating Duke. Very good. Ernie DiGregorio play today, and Marvin Bonds and Kevin Stakem.
Marvin Bad News Barnes. There's a name from the past.
They had great clubs at Providence back then.
Kevin Young pulls it foul down the third base line. 1 strike to count.
David Gavitt was the head coach at that time of the PC Friars.
Eshelman trying to close the Pirates out here in the 5th. Works to Kevin Young. This is inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tom Gordon, followed by Vaughn Eshelman. One pitch. Young pulls it foul past third base coach Jack Lynn. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Somebody's going to have to get that baseball down the left field line, because it could be very dangerous.
No, a fan's going to help.
The fan
out.
decided to jump over and help out. That's right.
One-two pitch. Missed inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pirates got a run in the 1st inning on the ground out by Dale Swaim. Another run in the 3rd, and a sacrifice fly by Elster. Pick up a run on the RBI single here by Jason Kendall in the 5th. 3-0 Pittsburgh. Down to 2 balls, 2 strikes on Kevin Young. Young is 0 for 2 today. And what looked like it was going to be an easy inning for Vaughn Eshelman here in the 5th has him laboring a bit here, as it now goes to a full count on Kevin Young. 3 balls, 2 strikes. To left field, could be trouble. After it is Fry, runs it down in the corner. Scooting to third base on the play is Jason Kendall. He'll stop there. It'll be a double for Kevin Young.
Well, Eshelman having a difficult time with the bottom part of this batting order for the Pirates. A couple of doubles in this inning. Elster and now Young. Kendall with the RBI single.
Now second and third, 2 outs. The number 8 hitter, Emil Brown, who has singled and been hit by a pitch so far. One ball to no strikes. The pitcher's spot in the batting order is due up next, but Keith Mitchell has come into the on-deck circle and is swinging a bat. So he'll bat for Cook.
And if the pitcher was going to continue in this game, you would see this batter here intentionally walked with first base open.
On the corner for a strike, 1-1. There's your friend, Jerry.
Made his way down right behind that Pirate dugout. Got a couple signs to get the fans going. That was a long walk up here with that suit on.
2-1 the count. Turned into a long bottom half of the 5th inning here for the Red Sox and Vaughn Eshelman. Trying to work out a further difficulty. Ground ball to John Valentin at second base. Over to Mo Vaughn. That retires the side. The Bucks get 1, but they leave runners stranded in scoring position at second and third. We've played 5 innings here in Bradenton. Pirates 3, Red Sox nothing.
It's the Pirates 3, the Red Sox nothing. Tune in tonight at 10 p.m. for Fox Sports News. You'll get complete scores, highlights, and analysis of the NCAA basketball tournament, plus NHL and NBA updates. That's Fox Sports News tonight at 10, live on NESN.
Well, we talked about Mark Johnson earlier, the young man from Worcester. He's in the ball game now, taking over from Kevin Young at first base. So Johnson in the game, the New England native. Yeah, we were talking about had the long home run yesterday against the Minnesota Twins in that 5-2 Minnesota win over at Hammond Stadium. And a new pitcher now for Pittsburgh. Raymond Morel takes over on the mound.
Morel last year in 29 games for the Pirates, all those out of the bullpen. A record of 2 wins and 1 loss. Got a nice call from Tim Hill of Wellesley. Did he call the press box here? Call the press box, must be watching the game. And some valuable information. That play we talked about earlier, 3 bases on a batted ball, 2 bases on a thrown ball, and 1 base on a pass ball. So that should have been 1 extra base with the run scoring on that one play by Hatterberg where he tried to gather the ball up with his mask. So thank you to Tim Hill of Wellesley for calling.
3-0 Pirate lead as we move here to the top of the 6th inning. Jeff Fry hitting in the pitcher spot to lead it off. Omar Garcia Parra and Tim Naring scheduled to follow. Sox have not had much offense lately, just the 4 runs now in the last 3+ ball games. Shut out by the Twins and held to 2 runs by both Pittsburgh and St. Louis. Blanked again this afternoon. Fry grounds it to short. Elster makes the play over to Mark Johnson, 1 out. Sox have just the 2 hits again, as we mentioned earlier. The bloop double by Naring in the 1st inning, a ball that really should have been caught by Emil Brown out in center field, and then the infield single by Tavares leading off the 3rd.
Really has been like silent movies for the Red Sox offense over the last few games.
Top of the order, Nomar Garcia Parra, who is flied to right and lined to second. Morel on the mound, over to Johnson, 2 quick outs.
Yeah, disciplined swing that time from Garcia Parra. A big swing. His head was flying off the ball and just taps it right back to the mound.
Nice job by Steve Cook in the starting role for the Pirates. 5 innings, no runs, 2 hits. Struck out 5 and walked 1. Tim Naring bats, takes ball 1. And ball 2. 2-0 the count. the hole at short. Kevin Elster makes the play. His throw over to Johnson at first is a very quick 1-2-3 top half the 6th inning.
Pirates 3-0 as the Pirates get ready to hit in the bottom of the 6th inning. Fort Myers, Florida, the spring training home of the Boston Red Sox. It's also a great tropical vacation destination with golf, beaches, fishing, and the Imaginarium Children's Hands-On Museum and Aquarium. If you're looking for a getaway this summer or fall, visit Fort Myers. For information, call 1-800-366-3622.
Got some defensive changes for the Red Sox. Well, the Pirates bat here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Number 10 is no longer Tim Naring. This is the real number 10. Chris Donald's taking over at third base. Naring getting the rest of the afternoon off. It's also a change at short. Benjamin takes over there. Mike Benjamin taking over for Nomar Garcia-Parra. So a brand new left side of the infield for the Sox. And we also get our third pitcher of the afternoon, the left-hander Chris Hammond.
Hammond making his 5th appearance for the Red Sox, a record of 1-0. He's worked the 7 2/3 innings, allowing 8 hits and 2 earned runs, no walks and 6 strikeouts. And a couple of days ago, Hammond talked about wanting to be in the starting rotation, and if not, wanting to go somewhere else. I don't think at this time he is ticketed to be in the rotation, although he's pitched very well this spring.
Joe Kerrigan, the pitching coach.
I would guess that now the pitcher would hit the number 2 spot in the batting order. Seeing Naring made the last out. And either Donalds or Benjamin will probably hit in the number 8 spot.
Right. Mark Johnson leads off here. He's hitting in the pitcher's spot for Pittsburgh. Johnson had that long home run yesterday against the Twins. Fouled it back. Johnson so far this spring hitting .474, 18 hits in 38 at bats, including 5 home runs and 18 runs batted in. Not a bad spring. Her ball missed up and in. 2 balls and a strike. Two and two. Johnson last year .274, 13 homers and 47 runs batted in. It's been his first full season in the major leagues and made 82 starts for the Pirates last year at first base. Another start out in left field. Rounder to second. John Ballantyne with the backhanded play on his knees. The throw to move on will not be in time. It's an infield single for Mark Johnson.
There's the one difference, another difference for Ballantyne at second and short. If you make a play like that at shortstop, you're probably never going to get the guy at first base, but at second you have that opportunity. Ballantyne completely outstretched, got rid of the ball as quickly as possible, but not in time to get Johnson. Throwing from his knees, one advantage for Ballantyne at second base. He will have that strong throwing arm, shortstop throwing arm.
Pirates with their leadoff man on. Midray Cummings takes the called strike. 3 runs, 8 hits now for Pittsburgh. Pirates try and add to a 3-0 advantage here in the bottom of the 6th. Cummings has gone 1 for 3 today, singled to right and scored a run back in the first inning. It's 0-2. Cummings so far has been mystified by Chris Hammond. Tom Gordon started for the Red Sox, worked the first 4 innings, gave up 2 runs, 4 hits. Vaughn Eshelman gave up a run and 3 hits in his 1 inning of mound duty. Now the job belongs to Chris Hammond. Cummings has a tough at bat down on 3 pitches.
That ball was by Midray Cummings in the glove of Hatterberg when he started his swing. Uncomfortable at bat right there for Cummings against the lefty.
1 out in the Pirates' 6th inning. Third baseman Joe Randa. Sox wouldn't mind seeing a double play ball in this situation. Johnson at first, 1 out. A 1-strike count on Joe Randa. Hammond waiting for Randa to get back in the batter's box and get ready to go again. Johnson breaks at first base, pitches a ball, the throw through, not in time. Hatteberg got rid of it in a hurry, but Johnson got a big break at first base off Chris Hammond.
He really did an excellent jump at first base, and Hatteberg with a good throw, but the head first slide by Mark Johnson in safely at second base. He had 6 stolen bases last season for the Pirates, caught 4 times. Runs well for a big guy. That football background, Bob.
Must have been a running quarter ball. He had a lot of passing yards, didn't he, as he rolls it down the third baseline foul. Very balanced offense they had at Dartmouth. He could both run and throw. Worcester's own Mark Johnson leads off second base.
Wow.
Apparently just missed 2-2. Hammond set. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Randa delivers a base hit to left field. Johnson moves to third base. Jeff Fry hustles the ball back in.
It's the kind of thing that really aggravates a pitcher. It looked like he had him struck out on the pitch before, did not get the call, and on the very next pitch, Randa gets the base hit.
First and third with 1 out. Al Martin, the left fielder, who is 1 for 2 plus a walk. Martin having a breakthrough year last year with the Pirates, reaching the 300 figure. Takes a called strike on the inside corner. Martin wound up at an even 300 and 155 ball games for the Pirates last year, set career highs in nearly every offensive category.
Really struggles against left-handed pitching. Only hit 200 against lefties. He's pretty much been that way his whole career.
Tough at bat for Martin. So like Cummings, he had difficulty with the left-hander Hammond down on strikes.
He hit well over 300 against right-handers, but you can see he's a very different hitter against lefties. Once again, the breaking ball from Chris Hammond. Tried to hold up, but did not have control of the head of the bat.
Two outs in the Pirates' 6th. Dale Swaim takes one wide, 1 ball.